Hi everybody and welcome back to the farm. Today I was gonna tell you how to keep your duck brooder perfectly clean. But I realized over the past couple weeks that that's not a thing. So I had this perfect plan of how I was going to put a baking sheet underneath their water and this is what it looks like. But the goal was that you put this drying rack on top of the baking sheet, and underneath that, because I also have puppies of course, I would put a puppy pad. And guys, this trick worked so well for the first 4 days of these ducks' lives. Yeah, it worked really great. Every little bit of water they splashed out of this watering holder worked perfectly. It was just a little bit of splashage. I had to fill it up twice a day in order to make sure that they had some, because that's what ducks love to do, is they love to splash all their water out. Well, about day 5, they started knocking over this water all the time, which meant that even if I filled it up like 2 hours ago, when I came in, they had no water. So it was super fun. Thank goodness it's summertime and I'm here most of the time, because where else would I want to be? I live on a farm with all of the baby animals, and it's all I want to do, it's all I've wanted to do all year long, was spend more time on the farm. So that being said, this isn't a bad way. Now, what I would highly suggest is that you think ahead just a little bit and you buy a bigger baking sheet. This one, I think, is a 9 by 13, but I'm not 100% sure. I would buy something bigger than that, as big a baking sheet as you can find. Now, obviously, I bought the cheapest one I could find at Walmart, but you might try Amazon or something else, because maybe they have better options. Now, I will also tell you this. This is a really great thing to get. It looks disgusting. I'm about to clean it out and refill it after I clean their brooder area out. This is a really good thing to get that is not just your regular chick waterer. Once they get just a little bit bigger, they couldn't drink out of this at first, and I'm almost kind of glad, because again, they would have been making a mess even sooner. A bigger mess even sooner. So this helps because ducks actually need to be able to get their entire bill into the water, because they use the water to help break down their food. And they can actually choke on their food if they do not have enough water to like completely basically get their whole head in. That's kind of the rule of thumb. Now, of course, when we get them out of the brooder, they're gonna have a pool, they're gonna have lots of water to choose from to get into. It's very important for duck health and happy, healthy ducks. So I can't wait to show you their long-term place, but for now, we're making it work. So a couple of the differences between this brooder and our chick brooder that is just across the room that I have a whole nother video about if you want to know how to put, how to make the perfect, scratch that, how to make a good and effective chick brooder. We've been using that one for a really long time. It is 4 by 8, so it's huge and holds lots of chicks. It's made out of wood. So this is obviously one of our cattle watering troughs, and it has a hole in the side right here, which means it cannot hold water. It had, I think, one of the tank heaters burned through it or something a few years back. And so now we have this lovely thing, and it's good because it's obviously made of plastic. Now, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna be brave, and I'm gonna be very open with you, and I'm going to show you what the inside of this brooder setup looks like. I haven't cleaned it all day, just today. But I will tell you what I did, and it's working okay. There's no perfection in this. Let's take a look. Okay, so here it is. I'm gonna try to get it where you can actually see it. It's a little bit dark in the shot, but I don't want to open it up. It'll let it, I don't want to open up the front because it'll let all the warm air out. So yeah, it's pretty messy. As you can tell, we also have one of these good slightly bigger duck feeders, and we did buy actual food for ducks. We didn't just feed them the chick starter like we feed everything else. I think that's important. So as you can tell, it's pretty gross. What I've been doing is I've been putting a new layer of shavings, and I've been doing the like deep litter method, which is what we will also do in their coops when they get bigger. And it's actually been working pretty well. Instead of cleaning the shavings out every single time that it gets wet, you just cover it in a light layer. But once a week, aka today, I clean it out entirely. So I'm about to get all of the shavings out of this and clean the bottom and then put new, and we're gonna reset the whole thing. As you saw, our ducks are still outside having a great time with their splash pad, and Abby is monitoring them. And then after they have fun in the water, they can only do that for 10 minutes or so, even though it is quite warm outside, because they're gonna need time to completely dry before I put them back in. I have them in this little playpen that we have for the puppies, and we used to have for the rabbit, and they need to completely dry in the sun before I can put them back in the brooder. They do not need to go back into the brooder wet at all. So as you can tell by their cute little feathers, it's gonna take a while for them to completely dry, but that gives me plenty of time to clean up their brooder area. Abby is gonna keep an eye on them. So here it is, all clean. It was super easy, and now I'm gonna go put the ducks back. All right, all the ducks are back in. Obviously, one of the other issues is that this is not a ton of space for these super quickly growing ducks. But thank goodness they only have to be in here for another week. Then we get to put them outside in their new enclosure, and I am really excited to show y'all that. We've learned a lot in this short period of time of owning ducks. I am really excited. I think they're super cute and lots of fun. I'm really excited about these specific type of ducks. These are Appleyard ducks, which you may not have heard of. They are a slightly less common heritage breed, so really good for meat birds. As you can tell, they grow a lot, and they're gonna actually be very large ducks when they are full grown. They are also gonna lay delicious eggs, and I'm really looking forward to baking with that. Of course, I'm not going to be a complete convert. I will always love all of my chicken breeds, but I've heard duck eggs are where it's at. So we'll have to see about that, and check us out next time. Bye, guys.